Okay, I'm going to ask you to do me a quick favor. Take out your cell phones, put them on silent. For the luminaria ceremony, it's a very solemn ceremony because this is the time that we have to remember those we've lost and those who are fighting the fight. So if you can do that for me really quick, thank you so much. I want to ask you a question. Who here is relaying for their moms? Very good. Who here is relaying for their dads? Okay. How about a grandma? Grandpa? Aunt? Uncle?
Oh, yeah, cousin.
Cousin?
Yeah.
How about for yourself? All your hands should be up right now.
Oh.
Do you know why? 1 in 3 of you will receive those words, you have cancer in your lifetime. Maybe it's not today. Maybe it's not tomorrow. Maybe it's 40 years down the road. You're here today because of yourselves. And it's so important to be here today. My history, I first relayed in 1997. I was a senior in high school. Yes, that shows how old I am. But don't count the years now, okay? Don't do math right now. But I was a senior in high school, and I went there for my high school advisor. She just wanted a whole bunch of us to go down and check us out, you know, and we were all, she wanted us to just run around the track, and we had no idea what it was about. Until we got there, and we actually saw the survivor lap, and we saw that it was for the American Cancer Society, that I had a little bit of a clue. So I started relaying back in 1997. I moved to Oahu. I was born and raised in Guam. And I went back to relay for a dear friend of mine, and she had breast cancer, and she had to have a mastectomy. And so I started relaying for her back when I had this long hair, beautiful long ihu hair. And I was so proud of my hair, and her daughters used to just comb my hair because they missed seeing their mom with hair. Well, I relayed for her. And then in 2006, I went to the doctor. I don't know if I told you this last year, but in 2006 was one of those funky years. I was robbed at a bank. I was the bank teller, and so I thought it was stress. I thought I was getting sick because of stress. I would go to work and be like freaking out that somebody else was going to rob me. So I started getting kind of sick. And finally somebody said, you got to go to the doctor. Finally went to the doctor and found out that I have a tumor and that I had to have surgery 2 days later. 2 days later, I woke up from surgery to find out that I had stage 4 ovarian cancer and that I could no longer have kids. I was 26 years old. The type of cancer I had was meant for a 19-year-old person. Anyone 19 here? Okay, make me feel much older now. It was meant for somebody at 19 years old. It wasn't meant for somebody at 26 years old. And I had already had my 2 beautiful children, thank goodness. And I was really positive, very positive. And it wasn't until about a month later that my doctor said that he doesn't think the chemo was working. And that was in November. Then he said, he told my husband over the phone that I probably wouldn't be there past Christmas. And so that Christmas was a very different feeling. That December, I had a 5-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old son. And those children did not have a Christmas like anybody else. They didn't have presents. They didn't have toys. They didn't do anything like that. Instead, they prayed for me. And their Christmas wish was that I would survive. Their only dream